What's up, everyone? This is DyanaRozay. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, I am back a second time, you guys. I have a news story for you regarding Wendy Williams and her son, Kevin Hunter Jr. So I'm going to get to that in just a bit. Before we get started, though, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and your notification bell because that is how others find me. Also, I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me. If by chance you did miss my live from earlier, please check it out. It was a good one. It's this one right here, the thumbnail with Miss Tiffany, Kiki, and her cousin. Tisha says Kiki is taking the gloves off, and Carlos King said he's making some changes. I also got some hot topics. So be sure to check that one out, okay? It is under my lives in the description box or whatever box you look at when you look at my channel, okay? But let me get into something a little more serious. Let's talk about Kevin Hunter Jr. and his mother, Wendy Williams. We know that Wendy has been going through some changes, right? Some real challenges with her health. We saw her, get pushed out of her job, a whole lot of stuff, right? And even though Wendy has been a controversial figure, she has been at the top of her game. She has been like broke into places that Black women had never broken into in radio before. So we are watching her health and other things to her mental faculties. We're watching a lot of decline with her. Sometimes she seems upbeat, perky, and aware, and then sometimes not so much. So Kevin Hunter, her son, has given an exclusive interview, and I'm going to read that from my phone right now. But I want you guys to hear what he has to say about his mother's declining health. So it says Wendy Williams' only son, Kevin Hunter Jr., fears that his ailing mother is near death. That's a lot to say, right? And he blames her team for the downward spiral. He said that Kevin Hunter is 22, by the way, but he said that Wendy's inner circle is basically taking advantage of her health, her wealth, her fame, and her inability to make sound decisions amid her battle with severe alcoholism. Okay. So that is what her son right now is saying. And her brother, Wendy's brother, has come out and said a whole bunch of stuff. And people have questioned whether or not he had her best interest at heart. But now we have her son talking. Kevin said that his mother's mental and physical health has been in jeopardy since being placed under guardianship late last year. He believes that concerns over Wendy's health has been pushed aside while others around her are profiting from the projects that she's involved in. Now, I have been asking the same question. Like, I'm assuming if you are under a guardianship, even if you do have close family, like your children or parents or brothers, siblings, that they don't have a voice. And that's what it sounds like here, that Kevin doesn't have a voice. He said that he believes that his concerns over Wendy's health has been pushed aside. I shared that with you already. He also said that he knows that all sorts of things are happening to her right now, and that if she was in her right mind, she would never agree to it. What do y'all think about that? He said as hard as it's been seeing people take advantage of her, that he's trying his best to make sure that she feels okay and assure her that things are okay. However, he said she's eventually going to realize the craziness that's been going on around her, and he can only hope, right? Because again, she has good days and she has bad days. If you guys don't know, last month it was reported that she was hospitalized for alcoholism. And he said that Wendy's manager, his name is Will Shelby, and he called him the jeweler. He said that this was someone that used to be her jeweler and is now her manager, contacted him in mid-May to let him know that his mama was in the hospital. He said that that was the first time that he had heard from him in several months, the last time being late last year. That was the last time he spoke to this man, and this person is supposedly her manager. He said at the time of the interview, Kevin claimed that no one from Wendy's team, no one from the guardianship, no one from the court had told him that Wendy had been released from the hospital and that no one had updated him that she had been moved out of New York City. How would y'all feel about that? This is kind of heartbreaking. Wendy's rep, whose name is Sean Zanetti or Zenati, gave a statement to another outlet on the 20th of May saying that Wendy was actually in the hospital, and he also confirmed that she had been moved out of New York. Wendy has also bowed out of a scheduled speaking engagement that was supposed to happen at the Atlanta's Women's Expo days before she was supposed to show up due to declining health. So just days before she was supposed to show up at the Atlanta Women's Expo, she bowed out of it, basically, even though she was scheduled. Kevin expressed concern about the people around Wendy who is presently profiting off of her. He said that what's been made more important by the people around her instead of her health is that she needs to keep earning an income. He said that in his opinion, that should not be the priority. And whoever has been hired, which the courts would have hired them, that they are taking advantage of her and that they need to get someone in there who's better, who can do a better job. Kevin also said that his mom's health was getting better when she lived with him in Florida from late 2021 until the spring of 2022. According to him, he said that he had her on an exercise plan, that she was eating regularly, and that she did not drink. He said that he would only take her to restaurants that didn't serve alcohol. And then he goes on to say, is that he doesn't want to blame a whole lot of people because he knows how his mom is, basically. But he said that she will present as fine in order to do certain things, to drink and things like that. And because people just want to get paid for doing what they do, that they will basically give into them or give into her. But he said that when his mother was in Florida with him, he would go to all of her doctor's appointments. And the doctor said that Wendy has an ailment that does not allow her to process alcohol like the average person. It takes much longer for it to work its way through her system. And he said that that is a big issue for her and could cause greater problems. And he said that these people that are managing Wendy, this team of people managing Wendy, is ignoring that. And he said some may not even know that that is the case. But he said that when he had her, that was always a conversation that they would have. And he actually said that the manager, Will, the jeweler, should know better. However, it doesn't look like he is doing anything to help. Wendy spent almost 3 months in Malibu between August and October of 2022 for her alcoholism. And he said that during that time, his mother had signed contracts either during or immediately after her stay in the rehab, because her manager Will would, be pushing things at her to sign. He said that he believes that she's being taken advantage of. And he said that it's a complete and total turnoff for him to see these people taking advantage of his mama like that. He said, in trying to understand everyone's intention, he said that he doesn't believe that there's one person in her camp that is basically means her any good, to be honest. That Wendy will agree to stuff just because they are telling her to do it, even though it may not be good for her. He said that when it comes to people helping her, he's of the stance that it simply is what it is at this point. He knows that there isn't a whole lot that he can do because he's outside of the group that's making decisions. He said that he believes that the team will often embolden Wendy's drinking to get her to agree to things. If they aren't providing it, they are definitely enabling the type of personality that basically says, let's greenlight her to drink. After Wendy was spotted bar hopping in April with her publicist, Sean had put out a statement saying that it was just a celebration, even though everyone in the public at this point who knows Wendy Williams and her health journey, we all know that she should not be drinking. So when we see her, on social media with drinks in front of her, a lot of people make comments about it. People are waiting to take photos of her walking out of these facilities and, looking inebriated and things like that. And So it's just a horrible cycle. Um, He also said that at the end of 2022, Wendy's manager, Will the jeweler, asked Kevin if he wanted to be a part of an unscripted project that he wants Wendy to do. So reality TV, basically. He went on to say that Will the jeweler offered him $25,000 to appear in the project, and he also offered him an executive producer credit. But Kevin Jr. turned it down. He said it's not a good idea. He didn't want his mama on television. When asked for a comment about this, however, when the publication asked Will Shelby for a comment, he said no comment because half of the stuff that Kevin is saying, or that you're saying Kevin is saying, is false. When asked for further clarification, Will insisted he had saw Kevin and spoke to him in April, which is just last month, right, or 2 months ago in Miami. And he said, when I spoke to him, I was not forced to have a conversation. He said that he was forced to have a conversation with Kevin because he seemed a little disgruntled. I spoke to him face to face 1000%. So basically he's saying, he's lying about saying that the last time he had spoke to him before him sharing that his mom went to rehab in mid-May was last year, late last year. He said that's not the case. I spoke to him in April, 1000%. We had a face-to-face talk. And I also let him know that if he had any issue, then we needed to talk about it. Well, that's a little hostile. Clearly he has an issue if he doesn't know what's going on with his mother. Will went on to say that there is so much here that's inaccurate, it's not even worth me commenting about. In regards to the guardianship, of course, Kevin takes issue with Wendy's guardianship, who happens to be a woman by the name of Sabrina Morrissey. Wendy was placed in her guardianship after Wells Fargo froze her bank accounts. You guys remember that. Kevin said that it's been really sad what's been allowed to happen. And ever since the court hearings ended, something just has to be brought to light about what's going on and how much people are taking advantage of the situation. In terms of who's there now, people have put their things in front of her. Actually, people have put their things, meaning business projects and things like that, in front of my mother's healing and getting better. And it's unfortunate. Unlike many other alcoholics, she is worth a lot more than money. That's what her son is saying. He continued with, I know that Sabrina has a relationship with the jeweler, and I would assume, though, that they're cool with each other. This is how this was created. So basically, he's saying that Sabrina, who was appointed by the court to be the guardian, also has a relationship with Will, and that's how Will became the manager. So Sabrina and Will, according to this article and what they're saying they exclusively got from Kevin, are like this, basically in cahoots with how they are caring for Wendy at this point. Jeez Louise. And it seems to be more about making sure that Will is okay as opposed to his mother is okay. He said, I don't know what the ultimate goal is for Sabrina, who is in charge of my mother's health and other stuff, but from what I'm seeing, it's not okay. Wendy's son hit out at the guardian. I don't know what that means. I guess he means lash out at the guardian's handling of Wendy and her lack of communication with her family. So she's not reporting things that she should be reporting. Like my mama has been moved out of New York. She's not reporting that to her son. She's not reporting it to the brother or the father. He says that I don't feel like Sabrina has done a great job at all. I wonder if he could petition the court to bring in another guardian, but he said that based on her actions, I'd have to assume that something else is going on that she's not telling me because it seems like a lot is being covered up. Whether it be that she's receiving income on the side or what, but there is a lot of pushing away of myself and other family who is worried about her health. She is not giving updates and she is really vague when she does. Sabrina Morrissey did not respond to any of the journalist's question in regards to the follow-up for this. That's sad as hell. It says ultimately he is insisting that his mother should absolutely stop working and make her health her number one priority. Nobody around her will tell her this. And if they don't, she's just going to keep working. She needs to take a break from things and stop putting her career first. What she's accomplished is already amazing and great so far. If there was another way that I could think of to get in front of this, I absolutely would. But he said that so much has seriously gone wrong for Wendy that he is just at a point where he thinks people are just waiting for her to not be with us on earth anymore. Wow. Kevin said he is still holding on to hope, though, and that he's praying that whoever is in control will, get things back on track, is what he's saying. That's unfortunate, you guys. What do y'all think about all of this? Let me know in the comments. I hate to read an article where someone says, not even someone, where you're a child, someone's child says, I think that the team of people around my mother is watching her spiral into her ultimate demise. So that is what's being said. And right now he is blaming a woman named Sabrina Morrissey, who is the guardian, the court appointed guardian, and also Will, who is a jeweler who turned into her manager. And that came about because Sabrina, who is now in a relationship with Will, according to this article, what they're saying that Kevin Hunter Jr. is saying, that these two are in a relationship and they're just doing whatever and taking money on the side. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this article. I think that it's horrible that Wendy is in this phase of her life. But y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay? And as always, guys, like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and I will check you all on the next one.